Hello folks, I'm back. Yeah, I had to go and get another light, an electric light here because it's kind of getting dark out here. What am I doing? What I've got to do is finish off this teapot, which I made the other day. It's been hanging around, I've been keeping it under wraps. One way of keeping your spout moist along with your lid is to do this, to keep the spout inside the body like that and put the lid on top and then wrap it with plastic. So that's what I did. In this case actually I've already trimmed the lid because I had opportunity to do that the other day, but I didn't have opportunity to finish the teapot. So what I'm going to do is quickly, I'm just going to trim the teapot and then put the spout onto the fella. So let's just move this down a touch so you can see what's going on. Yeah. So I know there's lots of people like making teapots, don't they? Because they're fun things to make, although they can be a little bit complicated sometimes. Well, here you see the body, and first thing I'm going to do is dress or trim the flange, okay, because it's going to go upside down like that, and if the flange is not dead flat, the pot is going to wobble, isn't it? So the first thing we're going to do is just center up and just take a trimming tool and lightly skim the flange in case there are any it's going up and down, you see. And for that I can also, using my mirror to assist me. Okay, having done that, I'm going to dampen the rim, dampen the wheel head, put him upside down on the wheel head, tap center him. You all know how to do that now, don't you? Give him some downward firm pressure, but not so much pressure that you crumple the flange. Alright, so there he is. We're now going to, using a trim tool, I'm now going to just remove some clay from the foot area here. This teapot does not have it has a trimmed foot, but it's only trimmed as it were on the inside, okay? It doesn't have a pedestal style foot. So this is a sort of just some light trimming on the outside of the teapot here, just to remove some clay. I'm not removing vast amounts of clay. Just bringing the foot down, narrowing the foot here. What we're going to do now is we're going to empty out the foot. Dee 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 dee. Alright, there it is. Give it a tap, release him. While we're here, is there anything else that we need to do trimming wise? Actually, I just want to, I'm just getting the feeling here on the shoulder where there's a change of angle. I want to make that angle more clearly defined. Okay, I can't put my finger here in the center like I usually do, so I'm going to put the lid on. Just press on that a little bit. And just using my tool here, just in this area, just to sort of crisp up the line, as it were. Back in the center. Okay, so okie dokie. Some people there. Now I've probably got enough material here actually to trim. Sorry, not trim, to flute. So I may flute that a bit later. Alright? But the next thing we need to do is put the spout on. So how do we do that? Well, you need a knife or a blade that is thin like this one, which is a very small spatula. And I'm going to cut across at an angle here so that the spout can be situated at the right angle on the side of the teapot. Okay, so I'm just going to cut through here now. You see, I'm cutting through. Okay, that's going to leave me like that, you see. But that's going to give me, though, the kind of angle you see that I need. So I don't want it looking out the side here like a battleship, like the battleship Bismarck. We want it up here, okay, where it's more useful to us. So I'm just going to use the same knife blade just to pare away a little bit of the clay at what was the base of the spout there. Okay. Okay, once you've done that and you've prepared your spout, what you want to do is dip it in some water, which is going to do two things, and that is, one, it's going to soften the area here where you're going to join it on, but meanwhile it's wet. You see, we can take that spout, and when we put it there on the side of the teapot at the right height, and bear in mind the amount of tea that you've got inside, the level of the tea with the height of the spout. Okay, so once you're happy with it, we're going to press it on there like that. It's going to leave a mark there. So that mark then guides me for the next process, which is to put the holes for the tea to drain through. Or really what I'm doing is I'm making the strainer. I usually put about 10 holes using a hole borer. Okay, so that's then going to be looking like that. Next thing we need to do is to take the same tool and scratch it here around the side where we're going to be attaching the spout to. So give it a good scratch like that. We all like a good scratch, don't we? We like a good scratch. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So now, from down in my wheel tray here, I've got some slip. So take some slip on the end of your spatula, and you're going to take that slip and you're going to just smear it over the area where the spout is going to join. Okay, so then now you're going to take your spout, alright, we're going to take our spout, we're getting the light on the action here, hang on a minute, just turn that around a bit, that's it. So we're going to take that spout and put it there. Make sure you get it in the right place and you don't cover the holes. Okay, and then I'm now with my thumb here pushing the spout firmly into that luted area. This whole process, by the way, of joining one piece of clay like a spout onto the teapot body is called luting. Yeah, you thought that's what they did at the bank, didn't you? Well, we do that in pottery as well. We lute. So we're luting the spout here onto the body of the teapot. Okay, so it's best actually to do this with your teapot on the banding wheel. You can use your sponge here to soften and moisten the area, you see. And make sure you get a good join all the way around, because we don't want the tea to leak out, obviously. This is something you have to take a bit of care with, so don't be in a mad rush to get that join good, you see. Okay, when you're happy you've done that, now the lid, you'll notice the lid is not really fitting too well at the moment, and the reason for that is because the teapot lid is thoroughly dry and is shrunk, but the body of the teapot is not yet dry, so it hasn't fully shrunk. So we don't need to worry about that, because when this teapot body is dry, that lid will sit on there nicely. At the moment, there's a little bit not such a good fit. Okay, what I want to do now is cut the teapot spout using my same thin spatula blade across at an angle. Alright, just a word here, and that is you want to cut it so when you make the cut it's slightly lower on this side here, because in the firing the spout does up in a clockwise direction. So once you cut it, you need to cut it slightly lower on this side, so that in the firing, when it comes out of the kiln, the spout will be level. Okay, so we're going to do that now. Take the lid off. Okay. So I'm get down here, you see, at the same level, because I want to have a look-see here, and I'm using my spatula blade here. And I'm cutting across there. You can use your hole, what you made the spout holes, the strainer holes. Just to and that's it. Okay, this teapot is though now awaiting the handle, isn't it? We could put some little lugs here on the top, or we could maybe put a loop handle made out of clay. Who knows, we may even do that. I don't usually do that, I usually put on cane handles, but try something different. Okay, what we want to do with a teapot is get something, a form. This is me speaking here, just trying to I'm not trying to be arty or anything, I'm just trying to tell it as it is, but I think what we need to do is try to get a form that looks in harmony, the form is harmonious, all the parts of the teapot blend in and complement the whole. That's what I think. I also think the teapot needs to be practical in the way that you can use the teapot, so that it serves its function. And another thing, I think it needs to be balanced, because a teapot is full of hot tea, and it needs to feel nice and balanced in the hand when you're using it. It doesn't want to feel out of balance, or it feels like you're about to drop it because all the weight is in the wrong place. Generally speaking, handles that are above here, like cane handles or whatever kind of handle, but if you have it above, you're holding the teapot from above, you can pour very nicely. Handles that come off the side here, in this direction, you've got all the weight of the teapot, you've got and then it's not so balanced. Another kind of teapot handle is a teapot handle that comes out of the side here at right angles to the spout. Usually a throne handle goes here, and that actually can be quite nice also, because you're getting it right in its center of gravity, you see, through the center here where the handle is, so it can pivot on that axis. Anyway, just a few thoughts there about teapot spout. You see me trim the teapot and put the spout on, and a little talk there about the lids and teapots in general. Okay folks, hope that's been of some help to you. Until next time, keep practicing. See you soon. Bye bye. keep practicing. Well, I hope we got some volume with this clip. Bye.